isn't a rapper. He isn't a gangbanger. He isn't in the streets. He not a dealer. He ain't even close to being somebody that would attempt to put on that type of persona. Instead, what he does is he has a YouTube channel where he makes videos where, get this, all he does is go out and fish. He makes tutorial videos. He's teaching the youth, the youngins, something else other than being.
Nah, 1090 Jake. Wow, I thought this was a rapper. I ain't gonna lie. It's funny because I actually watched some of it. I kind of fell asleep on the video though because I was hot. What up, what up, what up, YouTube? What up, what up, what up, YouTube? You clicked the title, you read the page. Shout out KB Goes Live. One more time in case they ain't hear me. Shout out KB Goes Live. He's one of the few YouTubers I actually like. You know, I don't be liking all them other documentaries. It'd be too long. I like KB. He gets to the point. He remind me of my content. I get to the point. So now you click the title, you read the page. 1090 Jake gets canceled. Why? I don't know. KB about to tell us. All right, so subscribe for the vibe. Blaze up. Mother's Day tomorrow, depending on when I upload this. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day, Bookie Buds. Happy Mother's Day, Bookie Buds. Let's get it.
1090 Jake, the bloody Bobby Hill. 1090 Jake, the bloody Bobby Hill, the Super Saiyan Snitch Slayer. This man right here been making waves online for a hot minute. I'm talking about running the numbers up and running them up high. He recently just passed 1 million subscribers. He's dropping videos.
Shout out 1090 Jake.
No matter how infrequently, that are consistently doing hundreds of thousands of views on his channel. Bro even got mentioned in Drake's song The Heart Part 6 where he was dissing Kendrick. Yo, bro done came a long way from where he started, which was talking about his experience.
And that is why you can never give up. You see that? That's crazy.
Inside the Florida prison system. You know, giving y'all game on that penitentiary life. 1090's really become a staple on YouTube. At least even found itself making it on Vlad TV a couple of times. The man who get people to snitch on themselves, interviewing the man who snitches on snitches. What a combination. Now, throughout his time on YouTube, 1090 Jake has underwent several transformations as far as his content is concerned, which is normally the case with creators. We all start somewhere. We all have a vision. We all adjust as time goes on, and the same is true for 1090 Jake. He started with his prison stories and his life stories.
Yo, that's a fact. Cause I started out doing pranks. I started out being like the whole YouTube couple thing. Thank God. And you know what? You see how that never worked? Cause you gotta be yourself. This me. The content I'm giving y'all now when I'm outside, going to the hood, eating, the eat with TT, the sightseeing, that's all me. Smoking the dope, reacting to videos, putting y'all up on game, the how-tos, the cook, all that. That's me. The graffiti tour, that's me. Doing that other shit is gimmicky. It was never me. I'm gonna be real with you. I look back at those videos and I laugh.
Then he moved into talking about rappers. Then he moved into just talking about daily crimes. Pretty much if you get your head blowed off, 1090 Jake was going to post you on the channel. And then that evolved into something even bigger when he started posting interrogation videos and paperwork from rappers that have had legal trouble in the past, right? And this formula has been great for Jake and Jake's growth on YouTube. His numbers have exploded since he started exploring this new format on his channel. However, it hasn't come without its backlash. Bro has caught a lot of flack over the last couple months because of the type of content he's posting, and that's specifically for one reason: because he's a white dude talking about black people. Now don't get me wrong, ain't nothing really wrong with being a white person who grew up and was raised in black culture, but specifically what he's catching a lot of heat over is the way that he has decided to cover black people and black culture and hip-hop culture, because he didn't do it in a way that would uplift the community in any type of way. Instead, what he did was he found this specific.
But what's weird with that is 1090 Jake covers all snitches. It's not like he just covers black snitches. If a white rapper's coming out snitching, I'm sure he's going to cover that too. Right? So, I don't know.
Specific niche where he would file freedom of information requests with different counties and different judicial systems where he knew rappers had been in trouble, and he would file these freedom of information requests on any cases that he knew that they had. This resulted in him getting a bunch of paperwork and a bunch of footage of rappers from those cases. And he struck gold when he noticed that if he found a rapper that had cooperated with police in any fashion during any of their cases in the past, he could post that on his channel and do hundreds of thousands of views. Now, on the surface of this, it's not really as bad as it seems, because what he was doing was picking rappers that were...
Yo, that's crazy. I actually went there, lads. He in New York. That's a fact. He in my city. I went there. I took my mom there for her mother, her birthday. It was dope.
Supposed to be gangsters. They portray this image of being gang members. They portray this
Yo, drop a comment. I'll go back and take y'all with me and do like a nice vlog. So drop a comment if y'all want to see that.
image of being tough guys from the streets. And he would find cases from these rappers. He would find paperwork that showed that they allegedly cooperated at some point, and that's how he would put his story together. It makes sense on the surface because you're kind of exposing people that are selling people a lifestyle that isn't real, right? You're projecting this image of being a person you're not onto the youth. So 1090 Jake exposing these dudes who are so.
And I respect that, but sometimes different situations require different situations to be handled in different situations way. You get what I'm trying to say. So it's like sometimes, all right, it's like the whole don't snitch idea, right? It's like, bro, if something is out of your control and there's nothing that you and your mans could do, and it's to a point where it's like your car gets stolen, you gotta call insurance, you gotta call the police, or somebody shoots at you and it was self-defense, or you think somebody's in harm way and you don't know how to handle no mentally unstable person. So it's like at some point you gotta get law enforcement involved. The idea of never calling law enforcement is just fucking ridiculous. Like, I feel like even the most gangsters nigga, bro, you steal his car, he gonna have to call the police. He gonna have to make a statement. If somebody it's like, what I never understood that. I don't know.
Supposed to be gangsters but actually cooperating with police behind closed doors isn't really the problem. In fact,
now when they doing that, that's when it's absurd. But that's what I'm saying. He gotta learn. Like, we gotta just break certain situations down differently, bro. You can't just say, oh, the moment he talks to the police, he a snitch. Like, goddamn, you don't know what's going on. We got it. Details is details. I just be like, oh, he made a statement. That's it. Oh, he called the police. That's it. Like, come on, bro. Niggas be stand up niggas. They just had to get law enforcement involved at that specific moment. It's not like they did it on some, oh, I was scary, so I called the cops. No, then that's when you expose them niggas. Those niggas is clowns. That's different. But somebody was being harmed, bro. The situation was out of my control. I had to get the police. I ain't the person that was getting harmed and had nothing to do with me, but I had to get somebody. Yo, somebody needs help. Yo, go help that person. Like, that's a different situation. But they be quick to call a nigga a snitch. Like when Jim Jones got caught in the airport fighting those two white men, and the air marshals came or whatever came. You know, the big people came and was like, yo, what's going on, bro? Like, and he said, yo, they attacked me. They called Jim Jones a snitch. How the hell is that snitching, bro? That ain't no hood shit, bro. Stop trying to bring hood shit into white shit. I'm sorry. Y'all know what I mean when I say white shit. It's like, bro, this is self-defense, nigga. That ain't like two niggas started fighting me and I called the cops. Nah, nigga. We could have handled that back in the hood and back on the block. This is the white person. So if they done took advantage of us for 400 years, now you want them to take advantage of us more by me not making a statement? Nah, they attack me. What's happening?
I think with most of those videos, he does a good job. But I think the problem that 1090 Jake has ran into is that he's been filing these freedom of information requests. He's been getting the footage and the paperwork of these rappers, and it's been working for him great. But what he's probably finding out is that these freedom of information requests, oftentimes more than not, end up just being declined outright, which means even if you have information about a rapper being arrested and you know all the details about the case, even though you know that, just because you file the freedom of information doesn't mean you're going to receive anything about that case. FOIAs get declined all the time. So in a nutshell, there's only so many rappers that you can do this to before you start to run out of rappers to do this to. And like I said, when he first started, what really a problem with nobody? They were like, oh.
And yo, that's a fact. That's why one thing about me. I tell people I gotta come out today talking about stop stealing people content, baby. Bookie, but I do all types of content. I do reaction videos. I do my own how-to videos. I just did a video on how TikTokers are making money on NPCs. I did a how to do reaction videos if you guys want to learn how to do that. I go out in the field. I just went to Harlem like 2 months ago to show y'all the drug crisis that's going on. I do everything. I do it all, baby. So yeah, watch your mouth when you coming for me. But I say that to say that's why I do everything. Like, eventually I'm gonna drop a video with me spending a day with a stripper. I'm gonna spend a day with a trans. I want to interview them. I want to get to know their thought process, etc. Like, you have to switch your content up because eventually it gets. But nobody want to see the same shit all the time. Like, that's why I do documentaries now. I'm not just reacting to ghetto shit. I'm reacting to, we learning. Yo, go get at that. I did a reaction video on how American toilets are designed. It is interesting. You guys gotta go get at that video. But like, we do documentaries and all that.
Oh, look at so-and-so rapper, supposed to be a big game member, actually cooperating. Get a couple chokers off of it and move on, right? Right. So things were all good when he was doing that. But here recently, 1090 Jake has decided to, broaden his horizons, expand the search a little bit, go outside of the rapper territory and see who else he can expose. And this led to him making a video here recently called Hood Fishing Exposed for Snitching After Being Shot 4 times in Florida. This video was posted 6 days ago and currently has about 330,000 views on it. Now, 330,000 views is a lot of views. A lot of people would say that's a pretty successful video, right? Well, that's what you would think until you start scrolling the comments on this video. That's when you notice that everything ain't like it seems. In fact, when you start reading them, you realize 1090 Jake is currently going through what I call the baby effect, which is where all of your fans just suddenly, out of nowhere, out the clear blue, decide that they ain't fans no more. Instead, they haters and they don't like you no more.
Yo, I'm weak. He called that the little baby effect. I ain't gonna lie, I did wonder what happened with that. Because, like, at some point, y'all love Little Baby, and y'all just started hating him out of nowhere. Me, I was never, like, a diehard Baby fan. So it didn't, whatever happened to him was like, okay, I didn't really listen to him anyway. Like, yeah, I love a few of his songs, but I wasn't, like, a diehard. But the diehard ones, y'all kind of just dropped him. Like, y'all don't be loyal.
That's what you see going on in 1090 J's comment section right now. See, when you scroll through these comments, you can see a theme amongst people. They're pretty angry at 1090 Jake, and they're angry for one specific reason. It's because this dude Hood Fishing isn't a rapper. He isn't a gangbanger. He isn't in the streets. He not a dealer. He ain't even close to being somebody that would attempt to put on that type of persona. Instead, what he does is he has a YouTube channel where he makes videos where, get this, all he does is go out and fish. He makes tutorial videos. He's teaching the youth, the youngins, something else other than
Nah, 1090 Jake, wow. I thought this was a rapper. I ain't gonna lie. It's funny because I actually watched some of it. I kind of fell asleep on the video though because I was high as hell. But I watched that video, but I kept opening up my eyes and like, that gotta be a rapper because he like a rapper. I ain't gonna hold you. But that's crazy. Nah, 1090 Jake, wow, dog. It's not. You expose this man for snitching when he's just a regular man. He a regular civilian. That's insane. See what I just told y'all?
He has a YouTube channel where he makes videos where, get this, all he does is go out and fish. He makes tutorial videos. He's teaching the youth, the youngins, something else other than being in the streets that they could do with their time. He's telling them, look, bruh, the streets ain't for everybody. You could get out here, do something that ain't got nothing to do with the streets and have a ton of fun doing it. There's a lot to learn. In short, this guy's been putting out a positive vibe to everybody around him and on the internet for a couple years now. Bro is a good influence out here. When 1090 Jake is making videos about rappers that are teaching the youth to gang bang and shoot people, and he exposes them for actually being snitches, okay, nobody got no problem with that. But when you start trying to apply the street code to people that ain't got nothing to do with the street, people get to looking a little funny. Like, what is the message here? Why are you picking out black people specifically to expose as being snitches when this person in particular, Hood Fishing, ain't got nothing to do with the street? And that sentiment is one that a bunch of people share. So yesterday, this YouTube channel called Point and Shoot posted up this video right here called 1090 Jake tries to expose hood fishing, but it backfires. And in this video, bro,
yo, that's why you gotta have grace with some things you kind of gotta have grace with. I'm telling you, because it's like, it could be you, like, but sometimes I have my moments where I'm just like really like emotional and I'm like, damn, like, bad grace, like, you scumbag, whatever. But like, damn, 1090 Jake, this ain't looking good for you, my boy. Like, 1090 Jake, what's good with you, Bookie Bud? Like, you gotta relax. Like, 1090 Jake, you clearly running out of ideas, bro. Come up with something like, I don't know, do a 20 versus 1 or some shit. Nah, that shit corny. I'm sick of seeing that. I don't know, but like, I ain't giving him my ideas because I got a whole bunch of shit I got coming up for y'all lads because I could be creative. But he just gotta get a little bit more creative.
Goes into like not really a deep dive, but he goes into some commentary about 1090 Jake trying to expose this dude. Now I ain't gonna take Point and Shoot's whole video, but I'll play y'all a segment of it so y'all can see what I'm talking about. He goes into this video and he goes in on 1090 Jake, pointing out some hypocrisy in his videos, pointing out some hypocrisy in things that he has said. And
drop a comment if y'all want to do a reaction to that.
Also questioning what was the point of exposing somebody who ain't got nothing to do with the street. And the sentiment across his video is that this dude is on to something, right? Like he's justified in calling 1090 Jake out. Here, I'll play y'all a little bit of it so y'all can see.
So 1090 Jake has recently made a video about this Florida-based fishing YouTuber by the name of Hood Fishing and called him out for being a snitch. The guy he's exposing for snitching is not a gang member. He's a YouTube fisherman who is successfully making a life for himself away from the streets and is a tremendous positive influence for young people.
Yo, that's fire. I gotta watch some of his videos. Cause you know I never went fishing. See, look, he could teach me. And here this nigga 1090 J go snitching on him.
People in Florida. So let me just explain really quick what happened. So the guy got shot. I guess his name's Ra. He got shot. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He got grazed by bullets, and then he explained what happened. And this was years ago. This is like 10 years ago. So the fact that...
And this ain't even recent. Nah, L to 90 Jake, L to 90 Jake, L.
Jake is coming out with this now just shows that this is just a money grab. Listen to what 1090 Jake says about this guy.
If you follow any Florida blogs, you've likely seen Hood Fishing Entertainment, as he recently went viral after catching a whole ass shark and doing the most Florida thing possible, putting a gold chain around its neck. Rod took his shirt off saying he was shot in the back while running, showing he'd been grazed by a bullet. Rod said his friend was possibly hurt but couldn't provide the address to where the shooting occurred. Rod would say he didn't have problems with anyone, but people he knew had problems with them and vice versa. Now, did Rod snitch? At this point, that question doesn't even need an answer. But what many will say is, why does it matter? It matters because no matter how much you change your life for the better, whether you put the guns down to pick up a fishing rod or you put the drugs down to pick up a football, the people in life that don't see the greater things in life will always be looking for someone else to blame.
So 10...
Huh? He thought he landed with that? He should have had y'all write that, cause what?
90 Steak is titling this video exposed for snitching, and then he says, now people would ask, is this snitching? Well, at this point, that question doesn't even need an answer, because even if you change your life for the better and don't participate in the street life, people are gonna find a way to tear you down and call you a snitch, which is
but you're the one that just what?
Because even if you change your life for the better and don't participate in the street life, people are gonna find a way to tear you down and call you a snitch, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. Now, so he says that this
Screaming
guy's past is the reason why he's being called a snitch. First of all, no one's calling him a snitch except for 1090 Jake. I want to point that out. But listen to what he says in the same fucking video. He says that this guy was never a part of the streets and it never applied to him. Listen to this.
The only thing he needs to do is get far away from Fort Myers. He's found his own lane, and I guarantee it will be unaffected by his past since he really didn't change his life around. He never lived that life to begin with and always had a dream to make it out the hood.
Okay, so he never lived that life. He never even needed to change his life because he was never in anything. But for some reason, you're making a video about him, about being a snitch? That doesn't make sense. In one part of the video, he says, it doesn't matter if you change your life or not, you're always going to be a snitch. And then a couple minutes later, he says, he was never in that life at all. That's the craziest part. I mean, how stupid and
Yo, the way he trying to talk like him, I'm screaming.
bloated could someone possibly be?
So, bro, point and shoot is calling 1090 Jake out. He's saying, listen, bro, what was the point of doing this? Because it feel to me
Okay, B probably smoked a dope. I be going through that when my voice get old, you know what I mean? I just smoked the blunt too.
like you're exposing black people.
Possibly be.
So, bro, point and shoot is calling 1090 Jake out. He's saying, listen, bro, what was the point of doing this? Because it feel to me like you're exposing black people for being snitches, specifically for monetary gain, regardless of if they're in the streets, regardless of if they're in a gang. All they got to be for 1090 Jake to cover them and make them look bad as black and famous, right? That's pretty much what this dude point and shoot is saying. But he doesn't stop his video there. He continues to go in on him. He points out some hypocrisy in 1090 Jake's statement, especially when it comes to another video he did similar to this where he called somebody a snitch, and that's BG, only to try to retract his statements later when he got on Vlad TV. He also points out some contradictions in 1090 Jake's philosophies when he points out that 1090 Jake made a video about Rick Ross not being a valid gangster because he was once a CEO, and then he plays a clip of 1090 Jake saying that when he was locked up in Florida, remember that's how his channel started with them prison stories, he said when he was locked up in Florida, there was legit gang members that were CEOs that was hooking him up. So point and shoot points out that 1090 Jake on one hand says you can't be a valid gangster if you're a CO, and then on the other hand it's saying, nah, I know COs that were valid gangsters. They was hooking us up when we was in prison. So this
Damn, they cooking him. They cooking him. That's why you gotta have grace.
This guy Point and Shoot is pointing out the hypocrisy, the contradictions, and just the whole way that 1090 Jake operates. And what's fascinating is when you scroll through his comments, it's a lot of people agreeing with him, you know, and then take that into account. Plus, when you go back to 1090 Jake page and look at his comments on that video, everybody is turning against him. It kind of look like and kind of feel like 1090 Jake is getting canceled. Like, people are tired of seeing him expose black people and black rappers and black celebrities. And you know, it really could be one of those situations where it's like you either die the good guy or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. 1090 Jake just passed 1 million subscribers, so he could be on that story arc where everything starts to go downhill for him. This could also not affect him at all. He could continue to do business and operate normally and probably do a ton of views, because I'm sure there's a ton of 1090 Jake fans, regardless of what he's covering, that just rock with him just to rock with him. But that's the story. It looked to me like they out here trying to cancel 1090 Jake. Y'all gotta let me know in the comments what y'all.
What do I think? Should we cancel him? I feel like he made a mistake, and you know what? Everybody deserves grace. You know, he fucked up. Get a man grace, man. What y'all think?